adjustments in the backcourt for Reece Beekman. And Beekman has the basketball first with Dante Harris, the Georgetown transfer. Rhodey, he's only averaging 9.5 points per game this year, but he's gone for as many as 41. And with the shot clock at 3, the defense breaks down, and right down the middle goes Jamar Young.
And Jamar Young beating Blake Buchanan off the bounce on that possession, but more importantly, no one there to help Blake. Normally you find someone in the gaps on that possession for Virginia.
So the former SMU Mustang gives Texas Southern the early lead. Now UVA takes the lead on the 3 ball from Andrew Rhodey.
And we talked about the strength of this Virginia team.
And they have picked off their share of power conference teams over the years. 4 to shoot. Tough shot from the foul line goes on the turnaround. It's Kenny Hunter. We've got goals within the game, and we want to bring energy. And so far through the first 6 minutes, Corey, they have brought that energy and are hanging around as Cisse knocks down the shot. In what is known as a bye game or a guarantee game, as Leon Bond makes his way to the bucket for his first 2.
Immediate impact. That's the reason we talked about Leon Bond in our open. Simply when he comes off the bench, things change. Bond attacking the basket. And no turnovers for Virginia to this point as Virginia comes up with another steal. To read the room, you got to understand Ryan Dunn coming to you like that. Just 5 seasons, that's all.
Beekman goes to the left hand with that 6'11" defender coming over for a complete wrap-up and interviews with players and coaches.
Another turnover for Virginia. Ooh, that's a finish.
Deion Stroud can get up.
Virginia with back-to-back turnovers. And Tay Murray going to come into the game. Tony Bennett, I believe, most likely going to get Rhodey, give him a break after being a part of those 2 turnovers.
Clean look from the corner, and that is a pretty stroke. Beekman to Harris. Nice hesitation move, but he missed the left-handed runner. Dunn fights for the ball. He comes away with it. Attacks, dumps it off, and Buchanan throws it down.
Continuing to have his imprint all over this game. The offensive rebound, the drop off.
Harris and Beekman in the backcourt. Dunn and Buchanan also inside. Beekman coughs it up.
Uncharacteristic turnovers for Reece Beekman.
There's the big fella hustling back to block that shot out of bounds.
And this has been even more significant. Running back, we already showed.
Are there any color photos of you here? Virginia steal. Rhodey gives it up, and here goes Bond. Leon Bond.
And more often than not, they've turned them into points on the other end of the floor. Hopefully, as this team gels, they get to a chance to where they're just as good, but there have been some great defenders.
No doubt, but don't you think Beekman and Dunn are going to wind up as Rhodey banks it in? I mean, the coaches who you played for.
They could have. Again, I wasn't listening during those parts of the meeting.
Bros with a chance for 3. I wanted to ask you a question, setting my partner up for one you could actually answer, and you still messed it up.
Well,
we just talked about this 5 hours ago.
So believe it or not, I never realized who actually won the game.
In Virginia back in '81 was the same day that President Reagan was shot in Washington, D.C., and they were playing that Final Four as Jamar Young throws it down.
Even though these 4 guys, of course, came in as first years and redshirted, there were other redshirts here at the University of Virginia who came in to have huge performances later.
Tay Murray for 3. First 3 points of the night for the 3rd year from Auckland, New Zealand.
And I can tell you right now, there's a group at the end of the Virginia bench, redshirting, that are all going to be very important pieces to this program.
1 and maybe a 2 in the stat sheet for points in his career as a college hooper.
And let me tell you, he works hard. At practice last week, walked over, introduced himself to me, and I told him, Bryce, I know who you are, but he was telling me about his best friend Josiah, who plays at Hampton-Sydney College, where I was actually headed.
Under a minute to go, 5 to shoot. Bond with a tough runner, trickles it over the iron.
They both got a shot up in this game.
All right. Tony Bennett, 62-33.